Alright, and with that touch of a button, we should be live. I'm seeing positive reactions on the YouTube. I'm seeing it on my laptop, and we are indeed live. Awesome. Good, good. As per usual, if the audio is off or needs adjustments, please let me know in the chat, because it is always a little bit difficult to make sure that the audio is properly balanced. But it does look good for the time being, at least visually on the equalizer, so hopefully it is indeed that case. Ladies and gentlemen, we're here at Bathurst for the third round of the Season 12 Evolution Racing Academy Championship Series Server 2 to be clear, because, well, these are the silver, bronze, and iron drivers, and not the gold, platinum, and diamond ones. I hope you are enjoying your day and have had a lovely weekend, but if not, we got some racing. See if we can get a lap tour in here early on before we get into the whole finagle. Car 404, you are going to be our guide car, I think. It's Isaac Jordan. Oh, he's heading into the pit lane. I think they might all be going into the pit lane here as practice is coming. Oh no! Okay. On board with Finley Gamble here. He goes through turn 1 that is called Hell's Corner. And then he'll head up into the uphill section of this track, which is... It's a tricky section. It's a difficult section. I may not remember all the turn names, but they are, you know, historic. Here we are, turn 2 quarry. Uphill. Next up, we'll be going through the cutting, right here. It's a 2-turn part. Turns 3 and 4. And then we head into Griffin's Mount. Up the hill. Then I never bothered to learn these turns names, honestly. I know there's Green Park, Frog Hollow, Sulman Park, John Hinksman Vista, McKinley Park, etc. But I think that one's McKinley. And then we head into the skyline and the S's here. There we go. There was a weird chat issue, it appeared, but it seems to be fixed now. Down the corner. This part of the track is insane. I'm just saying. We get through the Dipper and into Forest Elbow, and then we head down the Conrad Straight, which is all about the power, where you want the lowest drag possible. Here we go. And then we're into the Chase, which is the next section here. You can see it on your screen. A little right-hander, and then a little left-handed kink. There. And then we head on down to the final corner, which is Murray's Corner. Braking at about the 100-meter mark. Around we go. And that is a lap of Mountain Panorama here at Bathurst. One of the most challenging tracks in the world, if not the most challenging track in the world. I love it personally. It's one of my absolute favorites. One of my absolute favorite tracks on the planet as we wrap up pre-practice here and then head into qualifying. As per usual, it'll be the irons who take the track first, followed by the bronzes, followed by the silvers. We shall probably see a silver pole sitter. You can see the silver cars with the white number plate, like the Force 96 of Murley, as well as for the Gamble we ride with right now. You will see the silver-colored or gray-colored ones. Those will be bronze drivers, such as the 416 of Avery Maroon and Matthew East, not championship. I should go through the championship standings here in a moment. And the red background ones are the iron drivers, such as championship leader Sean Young. Coming into today's action, the championship is as follows. In the silver category, it is Stuart Parsons leading the way with 33 points. He's been the pole sitter of both Imola and Monza. We'll see if he can work his magic again in his Ferrari. Is he here today? I suppose I should look up and see if Mr. Parsons is here. I'm not seeing him. Oh, there he is. He's the 401 car, down in 12th place right now, having not posted a lap time. We're in free practice. I imagine we'll see a lot of cars not post a lap. In the meantime, Freddie Murley is in second place with 24 points, followed by Tadis Vogel, also on 24, but has a lower best finish of the season. And then Nelson Ambrosio is in fourth place, and Miles Stone, our Monza winner, is in fifth place. In the bronze category, it is Robert Volk leading by 7 points over Jeffrey Bacher. Adam Stewart is in third place. He was our winner at Monza. Adrian Marood and Mason Reiser are your top 5. And in the iron category, it is Sean Young, our winner at both Imola and Monza. And Professional Hater in second place, followed by Matthias Wiedmann, Lou Wes, and Felix Kramrich. So that is the iron standings. There appears to be something weird going on with chat, at least according to my laptop. Could also just be that there's only one person watching. And it's my laptop, so there you go. That could be the issue. That could be the issue. We'll see if we get any more into the chat here. Get a lively debate and conversation here as we head into Bathurst and the loveliness that is going to entail as we switch over to free practice number 2 here. 10 minutes on the clock. Usually I don't start this stream until qualifying is a thing, but apparently today we're starting a little bit early. I just go with what time they give me to start, which is now. Somebody's heading out on track. I'm not entirely sure who that would be. Oh, Matthias Wiedmann. Wiedmann's heading on track. Let's hop on with him. I recognize that livery. That's Isaac Jordan up ahead of him. I think this might be the tribute to fallen racer Dean High. Okay. So, I have been given a prepared statement here for this part here. This is the tribute to Dean Hyde portion of our event today. This is from Christian Fengler, the administrator over here at Evolution Racing Academy. Good evening, everybody. Or afternoon or morning, I added them. Today we come together as a community not just to race, but to remember and honor a truly remarkable friend, Dean Hyde. Dean wasn't just another competitor on the track. He was a fighter, a family man, and an unwavering spirit who showed us all what it meant to push through life's most relentless battles. Dean's story is one that speaks of courage and resilience. Diagnosed with cancer time and time again, he faced each diagnosis with determination and quiet strength that defined him. No matter how hard the challenge, Dean found his refuge, his peace, and his joy in sim racing. It was here among us that he could step away from the harshness of reality and embrace the thrill of competition and camaraderie. Sim racing wasn't just a hobby for him, it was his sanctuary. Dean was part of our world from the very beginning. He witnessed the end of the old ARC community and stood as one of the founding members of Evolution Racing Academy. Through countless races and championships, he earned his place not just as a skilled and respected driver, but as a cherished friend. Though he often kept to himself, those who knew him understood the depth of his passion and the kindness that defined him. Dean was the kind of person who would share a quiet smile after a race, who would be there to support and inspire without seeking attention. But perhaps what stands out as the greatest testament to Dean's legacy is the Drive for Dean event. When he knew his time was running out, he reached out not only to draw sympathy, but to unite us. He organized one last race, bringing together Dads Go Sim Racing, and ERA in a show of strength, love, and solidarity. It was a race where we drove not just for competition, but for a cause, raising €2,000 in the fight against cancer. The race embodied Dean's spirit, resilience, community, and an unwavering joy for the sport we all love. His final wish was simple yet profound. Have fun, enjoy yourself, and cherish the moments you share with those around you. Dean leaves behind not just a legacy of racing and friendship, but a family who meant the world to him. His loving wife and 2 sons. Our hearts and thoughts are with them as we move forward, carrying his spirit in everything we do. And as a lasting tribute, we pledge to make the Drive for Dean an annual event with their blessing, so that every year we remind ourselves of what Dean taught us: to race with passion, to live with joy, and to cherish the moments we have. Dean, you may no longer be with us in body, but you are forever part of the community, embedded in the heart of our races and in the stories we share. Rest in peace, Dean Hyde. You are truly missed. You will always be remembered. Thank you, and let's race today. Race in his honor today. If I may briefly editorialize, I never met Dean Hyde at all. I wasn't part of the Evolution Racing community in any kind of or academy in any kind of capacity at the time. But that does touches me personally very deeply. So, apologies for getting a little bit emotional. We'll finish this lap in silence.
Green light, green light. Go, go, go.
All right, we have moved over to the qualifying session. The Iron drivers will be free to go out on the track now and post their lap times, have their moment of glory at the front of the track. Those are the cars that have a red number backdrop, such as the 205 of Idris Cahill, the 230 of Sean Young, 312 of Lou Wes, and the 992 of Chris Later, and the 400 of Matthias Wiedmann. So those are the 5 cars that will have the first crack at this track here in qualifying conditions. Let us just see who we are going to see tackle the track first. And we'll go with them for their lap. It looks like the number 20 car. It can't be the 20 car. That's not on track. Could it be 205? Oh no! Oh, it's I have it in position. Okay, I see. I see the problem. I see the problem. I want car numbers if I can. Okay, well, it is the car that is listed in 20th place. So that'll be a professional hater. We'll go with him. We're on passenger mode for the first flag lap of the session. Head down to Murray Corner, and the time phase of the lap will begin as he crosses the start-finish line. There we go. Corner 1 is Hell Corner. And then it's off to the raise up the mountain here at Quarry. Very challenging section of the track here, by the way. Very hard to get it just right. And it's also a track of compromise because, of course, with the long Conroe Straight, as well as the long straight between Hell's Corner and Quarry, which has a name and I'm blanking on it right now. Apologies to the Australian fans. You want that low drag setup there, but you also want to be able to control yourself in this section here, and then particularly when we hit the downhill section here. So we head towards Skyline, which is right here. And this part of the track will definitely have your heart in your hands as you head down it. We hit the dipper. Marks the end of the downhill, more or less the end of the downhill section, as you head down through Elbows, or Forest Elbow. Figures I would forget some of the names as we're doing this. Yeah, Forest Elbow. Down the Conrod Straight, towards the Chase, this 3-part turn here, turns 20, 21, and 22. Down towards Murray Corner for the final turn of the lap, turn 23. And this should, assuming that there wasn't a cut, set the mark and Professional Hater to pole position for the time being. Idris Cahill coming across the line about 6/10 slower. So Hater leads from Cahill and Wiedemann, who comes across with a bit of a weaker lap, but Just getting a legal lap around here is a challenge. Luez going fourth quickest in the 312 Ferrari. So Aston Martin, Ferrari, Lamborghini, and Ferrari at the top of the time tables right now. We also have one other iron driver out on the track. That is the 230 of Iron Championship leader and BMW driver Sean Young. He has won both Imola and Monza despite not having the speed of the pace setter that has been professional hater to date. I do like the hater livery. The 992 Aston Martin. Heading down the hill again. Currently he's on pace to do... probably to break into the 204s here. Now pole position will be beyond that. I think we saw some 203s in practice, so that is probably where we're looking at for pole position here. Once everything's settled, but of course we don't have the fastest guys on the track yet. These are just the iron drivers, so we'll have the bronze and the silver later. And undoubtedly, it'll be probably the silvers who take the pole position at the end of the day. But we've seen some odd things. I commented on a race last season that had professional hater on pole position. So the bronzes can do it. It's just a matter of like consistently being able to, be up in the ranks. It's across the line, and indeed that'll be a 2:04.687. Idris Cahill also bettering his lap time, and Sean Young across the line in second place. Only one car in the 204s so far, though. And that is Professional Hater. Luez went to the pit lane. Interesting. We don't have a lot of laps here in the early going with the qualifying. I believe it is 10 minutes for the iron drivers, so to hit the pit lane and terminate a run is a bit of an odd choice. I'm just going to reposition my mic here for a moment. We may get a little bit better sound quality as I move it a little bit closer to my face. Wiedemann's got a good lap going on right now. Let's hop in with him. Wiedemann in the 400 Lamborghini car. Love that livery. I need somebody to make me a Lexus similar to that. Not necessarily like the same color set, but like the same kind of like blending. That is magnificent. Down the hill he goes. He's currently up about a second on his best time, which will not promote him from fourth place, but he's got a good one going. We'll give him time to shine. Professional Hater also on an improving lap, about 4/10 probably. Should be a low 2:04 when he comes across the line to improve upon his pole position. Down the Conrad straight. And into the chase. And then finishing the lap off at Murray Corner. About a second and a half improvement, actually. This is gonna be a big improvement for him, even if it's not going to change his position. So about 3 seconds off a pole, but a solid lap nonetheless. We'll stick with him until somebody starts giving us something to look at here. Everybody else is about on par with their current lap times as we speak. Feel free to make your predictions in the chat as to who will get pole position here for Bathurst today. I personally think that Stuart Parsons is probably the money favorite. Well, we'll see. Bathurst is a bit of an oddity because, of course, it is a it is a kind of specialized track. It's sort of one that, like, if you got a drive to succeed and a willingness to practice and crash the car repetitively, you'll probably enjoy. New Wes representing the fast and the feathered. And the Ferrari. I do not like the looks of the new Ferrari. Am I like the only one that is really, that kind of misses the 488 as being the pinnacle Ferrari car? I don't know what it is about this one, but it's just, there's something about it that I just don't quite like. Haven't driven it, so maybe I'll fall in love with it when I do that, but, I've historically not been a Ferrari man in general, so that could be the problem. I just in general don't particularly appreciate the Ferrari aesthetics. Wiedemann's got an improving lap going. He's up about 3/10. It's not going to make a lot of difference in terms of position. He's 1.3 off of Idris Cahill, but it will still build the confidence. Professional Hater's got a pretty decent lap going here. He's up about 4/10. Pardon me if the drinking gets caught up on cam. Not on cam, I should say, but mic. It's thirsty work doing the commentary, particularly solo, and I have myself a 2-liter peach juice thing, which I will probably drink the entire thing of during this commentary. I see the hounds have been released. The bronze drivers, Adrian Maroon, Matthew East, Adam Stewart, and others, I assume, have hit the track. Feels like a little bit early. Actually, I thought it was the 20-minute mark they would get to go, but I guess not. Probably because there's a fairly large track here today. It can accommodate a lot of cars, and there's not a lot of irons. So I guess you can go a little bit early. Sean Young and Idris Cahill appear to have parked it, convinced that they probably cannot improve upon their lap times. And Professional Hater. Round of applause. He's down in the 203s. 203.867. And that is your pole position at the moment. We'll inevitably see probably an improvement on that. But that is a very respectable lap time. As we see some Wiedemann comes across the line with it. I was going to say a slight improvement. Down to a 206.837, and that'll still be 4th place. Wes coming to pits. Okay, so the irons are done. Professional Hater for the 3rd consecutive round has got himself a pole position in the class. Hater currently stands 2nd in the standings. That'll be 29 points. He is 7 back of Sean Young. See who's going to be our first silver driver. Looks like the 168 car, 64 car, has the honor. That is Adam Stewart in the Wells Closing Lamborghini. He is currently the furthest along on his first timed lap. Heading up the hill. behind him, that'd be Adrian Marud, I do believe, in the 416 Honda. The Rebel Alliance-themed car. Adam Stewart, of course, won last time out at Monza for the bronze category, moving him into third in the championship, a mere 9 points out of first place, behind Robert Bolt and Jeffrey Bacher. Marud is currently in fourth place in the championship with 24 points. And Isaac Reiser rounds off the top 5 with 23 points. Stewart makes his way down the hill and on towards the chase. I like the livery. The blue wheels, I think, are a nice touch. They draw attention without, like, becoming the car. If that makes any sense. Remember, there was a livery somebody came up with that had, like, really gold wheels that just kind of distracted from everything else going on the car. I think this is that right blending of hey, and but enjoy the rest of the car. Very nicely done. Adam Stewart goes 5th fastest, and immediately gets dropped by Adrian Marud. They did high 206 and a mid 207. So far, Matthew East going 7th quickest. As the 42 BMW comes across the line. And Reiser goes 4th quickest. I would say all of these guys have a fair amount to improve over the course of these laps. And I will swap around to see who's doing the big bucks right now. But Adam Stewart still went far enough along in his lap to really make a comment on. He's about a half second up. Reiser also looks like he's got a pretty good one going right now. Bearded X Badass going 7th quickest in the lone Audi in the field. And also Chris Stancer going 11th quickest in the McLaren. Full second up right now for Stewart, which would move him up to 4th place, probably. Put him in front of Reiser, although Reiser himself is also 7/10 up, so look for both him and Adrian Marud to have big improvements as well. These lap times are tumbling down right now. Matthew East abandoning his run. As the BMW comes into the pit lane. Professional Haters still has the bar, though. The Iron Driver taking current pole position with a 2:03.867. That will probably not stand. I suspect that. To be honest, though, that is very, very good. I am predicting a pole in low 2:03s, so I think that's a very respectable lap. And Stewart should jump up here quite a bit as he's up by 1.1. And we'll come across the order in 5th place briefly. And then Adrian Marud goes 2nd quickest in the Honda. Just looking at Reiser with a pretty good lap here. He's up about 7/10. Should move him into 3rd or 4th place. If it is. Beard X Badass also on a pretty good lap here. He's up 7/10. Maybe even 8/10. Should put him easily clear of Wiedemann. Robert Volt going 6th quickest. And Bearded X Badass going back to 7th. Chris Stancer in the McLaren moves up into 10th place. Pretty respectable 208, 277. Just a quick championship recap of bronze. Robert Volt leading the championship with 37 points, ahead of Jeffrey Bacher on 30. Adam Stewart on 28, Adrian Marud on 24, and Isaac Reiser on 23. They are really at this point the only guys in contention. I haven't seen Bacher here today. Is he absent? If so, that would be a big. That is a big deal. Yeah, no Jeffrey Bacher here today, who is second in the championship. To be clear, you do get a drop score in the Evolution Racing Academy Championship, so not necessarily a big issue for him, but that does mean that he is using up his drop score kind of here today, rather than at a further time down the line. And obviously he's allowing for the likes of Adam Stewart and Robert Volt to perhaps pick up some big results with him absent and not here to challenge them. Although Adrian Marood might be the guy to look for in this category. Stancer's up about a second right now on his best time. So probably won't improve much. Probably still be 10th place. But no one else is really doing anything especially large right now. Robert Volt just popped up into 5th place, displacing Idris Cahill. And Stancer. Indeed, an improved lap time, but not an improved position. Unfortunate to note, the iron car, the 159 of Thomas Boris has joined, but I assume will not be allowed to actually complete a lap in anger, as he missed the iron qualification. So they'll be, I imagine, starting at the back. Like this livery too, actually. A lot of really nice liveries in this field. The taste is impeccable. Oh, that's a good lap. Robert Volt currently on for a slight improvement here in the Aston Martin, which currently sits in 5th place. As it well, never mind. I said this, and then he had a pretty bad run through the chase. And actually, this will not be an improvement lap. Or maybe it will. I don't know. The Delta, maybe the Delta was just screwing with me there. I don't know. He moved up into 3rd place. The Delta was red. I was not expecting an improvement. We get that. Still Professional Hater leading the way. A phenomenal one-lap performance by the 992. But the big guns, the Finley Campbells, the Stuart Parsons, the Nelson Ambrosa, the Freddie Murley, the Mickey Taylors, they are yet to take to the track in anger. So we'll see what they can do. But I am very impressed by that lap time Professional Hater put up. Slight improvement so far from Robert Volt. He's up about 2/10. Excuse me, bit of a yawn. And Bearded X Badass has got a good lap going here. He's up about almost a full second, so that would move him from 7th place to having a shot at 5th place. I would actually even say, okay, he's lost a bit of time now, but still got a good lap going. Still up close to a second. By the way, the silver drivers have been given the A-OK to launch, and Finley Gamble, Stuart Parsons, Nelson Abrahosa, Freddie Murley, Lucas Gies, Cedric Muir, Miles Stone, Fabio Varro, Isaac Jordan, and Kerry Patman have taken to the track. They're on their warm-up laps for the time being. Your next badass just needs to get through the chase and Murray Corner in relatively good order, and he should have a pretty respectable lap that should break into the 205s. Murray Corner. And indeed, 205.372, which is good enough for a current 5th place. Adrian Maroon, congratulations. You have the pole for the bronze category. He is a championship contender, having finished in 4th place in both Imola and Monza. He sits 4th in the standings. And will probably be sitting in the top 3 because, again, Jeffrey Bacher, who is in 2nd place, is not here today by the looks of it. So, he's joining late. There is upward mobility here. The 48 car, you are on a hot lap. That is the Ferrari of Finley Gamble, who is a definitive threat for pole position, if I do say so myself. Heading up the hill. I don't recognize the BMW that's behind him there. The livery eludes me at the moment. Maybe a change in livery for Freddie Murley? Because I think he's the... Yeah, it's got to be Freddie Murley, because he's the only BMW in the on the track right now. Sporting some new colors for this Bathurst event. I get it. I respect it. Oh, Finley Gamble. Maybe getting cursed by my by my yawn there. Oh yeah, that is a lovely car. I'm not sure I like the blue highlights at the back and on the lower end. I think I probably would have gone with a different color there, but I think the black and the gold, that looks magnificent. I believe he's on an illegal lap here. He's cut a track at some point, but there is, as far as I can tell, only one car that is on an illegal lap, and that is Isaac Jordan. So, not much to talk about. See if he was on a legal lap, and I was just not being told. Apparently, he was. 2nd place. I am getting some weird data on the Spectator Tour today. A quick rundown of the Silver Championship as it comes into today. It is 33 points for Stuart Parsons. He leads the way. He was the winner at Imola with a perfect score. Freddie Murley is in 2nd place, despite having a bit of an off-form day at Monza. And then it is Tadas Volpel, Nelson Amorosa, and Miles Stone, the winner from Monza, making up the top 5. Keep in mind, a guy to keep an eye on is the guy in 6th place, Finley Gamble. He did not compete at Imola, so he has used up his dropped score already. And as a result, his 2nd place at Monza does put him in a, let's just say, a better position than you would expect based on the fact that he's in 6th place. Got a couple of cars that have come through. Oh, a 202. I don't know if I expected a 202 here today, but hey, 202.56 from Stuart Parsons. He takes the pole position at the moment. Freddie Murley also on pace to hit the 202s here, and in fact on pace to better that lap time on this lap. Also, Mickey Taylor up in the 3rd place. Professional haters still sticking around, though, in that iron entry in 4th place. And not a lot of time left. just a little over 6 minutes. You're looking at maybe three cracks at it. Murley's still on pace for pole here. Rounds Murray corner. Heads down the straightaway. And that, in fact, will be, at least for the time being, pole position on a 2:02.36. Cedric Muir is on a pretty decent lap here. Should improve by about a half second. Put him above Tadas Volkel for the time being. Actually not. Lost a lot of time there at the very end. And was relegated to 9th place, although that is obviously by somebody else putting a big good lap. Trying to figure out who it might have been. Looks like Miles Stone just went 3rd quickest. And Mickey Taylor takes 3rd place back as I say that. Picking up Tadas Volkel, who's on a good lap here. Up about 3/4 of a second. That would theoretically push him up into 5th place. If he holds it. Let's see if he does. Polaroid racing car. Shake it like a Polaroid picture. Actually gets 4th place. I didn't think he'd get Miles Stone, but he put up a very good run through the chase. Fabio Vero is on a good lap. It's good to see him actually having a livery here today. He's been a carbon black car every other time I've commentated on him. So it's good that it looks like whatever livery he's running has made its way into my livery package. That was Samuel Jardine who had crashed it. Putting his poor Lexus in the wall. Still looking at a second improvement here for Varro, which would put him in a shot at the top 5. Not going to get pole with this kind of time, but should be very, very respectable. And across the line in 5th place, like I said. Also up a second is Kevin Shepard. This is a new entry, I do believe, this season. Driving the number 41 Ashcroft Racing Ferrari. Very minimal livery. Should move into the top 10 easily with this lap. Makes it through Murray Corner. And indeed picks up a 9th place, at least for the time being. No lap time yet from Samuel Jardine or L. Perry, which is concerning. Lucas Geese in the Honda is currently not doing great down in 23rd place. He's got a good lap going here. And he hits the wall. That will, needless to say, terminate that hope. Finley Gamble down in 12th place right now. Not doing super well in the Ferrari. Interesting to see. He's currently improving his lap time, as is Kevin Shepard. But not a ton. The current lap looks like it would only take him up to about 11th place, displacing Cedric Muir. I say that, and he puts up an excellent performance up the hill, so he's got a shot to make something happen here. Right now, looking at about 8th place, maybe 7th place. up around where Professional Hater is. Nelson Ambrosa. Ambrozosa. He told me how to say his name, and I'd already forgotten it. My apologies. He told me last week that the correct pronunciation, and I was off my game. There's a lot of names to remember. That's my only defense. Chase. And through the Murray corner. Currently up 1.2. And yep, that'll put him 6th quickest. Even a little bit better than I thought it was. He got Volkel and Shepard as well. Kerry Pattinen is on a pretty hot lap here in the Lamborghini, the 9.7 Lambo. Currently up about 7/10, which would put him back into... Oh, well, never mind. Never mind. I don't think you have to be an expert or a particularly hardcore racing fan to know that hitting the wall is bad. And Brazosa's on a decent lap here. Currently looking to improve. That should nip Volkel and Shepard to 7th place. Let's see. Not a great run through the chase. That might have screwed him. Still, it's through Murray corner, and does have a slight improvement in terms of lap, but not in terms of position. So we'll go through the full qualifying, or the full grid order here before we get to the race. Leading the way, it'll be Freddie Murley from Stuart Parsons on the front row, followed by Mickey Taylor and Miles Stone on row 2. Row 3, Fabio Vero and Finley Gamble. Row 4, Kevin Shepard, the new entry, and Tatis Volkel. Row 5, Nelson Ambrozosa, and the top non-silver driver, Professional Hater, in the iron category. Kerry Pattinen and Cedric Muir will be row 6. Row 7, Isaac Jordan and L. Perry, all McLaren. Row 8, Adrian Marood and Robert Volt. Those are the top guys in the bronze category. And Maisik Raisa and Bearded X Badass will be row 9. Row 10, Sean Young and Lucas Keys. Row 11, Idris Cahill and Adam Stewart. Row 9, Matthias Wiedemann and Matthew East. Pardon me, not row 9. Row 12. What am I doing? Row 13, Chris Stancer and Lou Wez. Row 14, Samuel Jardine and Thomas Boris, who I believe may have been the two not to post an actual lap time, and I am correct. Pole position ended up being a 2:02.272. Congratulations to Freddie Murley. So that'll be a point for pole for the current 2nd place entry in the silver category. I don't think I went through the silver standings quite thoroughly. Or no, I did. So I talked about Finley Gamble, but to remind you, your top 5, it's Stuart Parsons, Freddie Murley, Tatis Volkel, Nelson Ambrozosa, and Miles Stone. We have the penalties being populated from Monza. 15-second penalty for Professional Hater. That will be a lot to come back from. That being said, he does have a particularly good advantage here in the iron category. He will be starting P10, and the next highest car will be starting P19. That is the championship leader, Sean Young. Miles Stone will have a 10-second penalty as well. They will serve them at their pit stop. Also a penalty for Finley Gamble, 5 seconds. Car 164, that is Adam Stewart, has a 5-second penalty as well. I should probably look up a full list of these penalties and their causes. I'm sure that's posted somewhere, and I've just been a bit negligent about actually looking it up. I see we got a little bit of an audience. Chat. There's not been a lot of action down there. What's up? How's everyone feeling? Predictions, thoughts, surprises maybe from qualifying? I guess what I should do probably is make sure that my audio is actually coming through. It should be. Everything indicates it should be. Yep, I am broadcasting. Oh, there we go. Georgie Ward. Welcome to chat. And RC Gingerbach, I also see. Predict a lap 1 crash. Probably. Probably. I have seldom seen a lap 1 go completely. A lot of background noise. You mean like from the game or like from something non-game related? I guess that would be the question. Because if you're talking about the voices in the background, that's just the game. When you're in between sessions, the game tries to gives you a lot of like PA and so on in the background. But if that's not what you're talking about, I will see what I can do. Looks like Professional Hater, rather than take advantage of his solid qualifying effort, he is going to start from the pit lane. Yeah, sometimes the let's call it realism of Assetto Corsa Competizione can produce some undesired results, like the fact that we actually can hear the PA announcer in the game. If you pay really close attention, you can actually figure out what race the PA is from, like what year of running Bathurst you actually are listening to, based on like the names, the events, whatever. They one time they were talking about the old man of Australian motorsports, whose name is eluding me right now, but he runs like a really, really old Nissan at like all the local Bathurst events, and they were talking about him on the PA. So the PA has stopped now. So if the PA, if the background noise is still there beyond the cars themselves, please let me know. If there's something in the background, I will try to make it happen. It's, I kind of need to know what it is to address it. We'll follow Nelson Ambrazosa on his way up the hill. And ninth on the grid looks like a pretty good spot to kind of just be in the middle of everything. Probably look at it from Nelson's point of view. Quickly check the Discord, make sure nobody is trying to get my attention in the booth. No one is. So we are going solo right now. It was just the PA. Okay, that's good. That's good. Always happy to try to fix things. I just kind of need the details of what they are. But yeah, certain things are just the game. Has L. Perry abandoned the livery I love so well? Or does it just look more green here today? Like I saw him in the background. Right. I'm doing this wrong. Perry, what are you running? Nah, it's usual. It just looks a little bit more green, I guess. I don't know. Trick of the lighting, I suppose. That is the standard 988 racing car. Expressing a tribute to Dean Hyde, who I read a statement from Evolution Racing Academy in regards to at the top of the broadcast during the lap of tribute for him. I wanted to post it in the chat, but the YouTube chat is a little bit too how should I put this, character limited to have made that really possible. I would have had to chop it up into like very specific blocks, so that was not done. As we make our way to Murray Corner and towards the green flag. It will be led to the green flag by Freddie Murley and Stuart Parsons. We're on the front row. Bringing up the back. It is Boris and Wes. Although there's a Honda at the back from what I can see. Professional Hater and Bearded X Badass are starting from the pit lane, and we are green here at Bathurst. Heading down to Help Corner for the first time. This is probably honestly going to be the best part of this race. Miles Stone going off the track there in his his Bentley for a moment. That's about it. One of the Hondas off in the background as well. I think that was Lucas Geese, but he's not shown that far back in the order. I'm a little bit problems with that. Waiting for any contacts on the way up the hill here for the first time. Through Quarry, through the cutting. And at the front it is Freddie Murley still leading the way in the BMW M6. M4, pardon me. Giving chase is the Ferrari of Stuart Parsons, the championship leader. And in third place it is Mickey Taylor. Took me a moment to identify the livery there, but the Ferrari of Mickey Taylor. Also, pretty good day for Ferrari so far. Finley Gamble is running in fourth place in a Ferrari as well. Matthias Wiedemann is shown on the tower as the leader, but he is not. That is just a timing issue with the sector time zones. There we go. Corrected. Rounding off the top five and off to a great start, actually, is Fabio Varro, who I want to say qualified. No, okay, he qualified fifth. I'm just misremembering, I guess. Miles Stone off to a bit of a rough start. He's down 2 spots. Kerry Pattenden also off to a rough start, as well as Mac Resser and Matthias Wiedemann. Pretty clean lap. You must be let down there, RC Gingerbach, because you were on Team Carnage. There probably was some carnage. I'm seeing as I say, I'm seeing Matthias Wiedemann not really moving on the track, so he has had an accident in the downhill S, and this is a tough recovery. I do not envy him the position right now, but if he keeps it going, there is still chance for action here today, because there will be other people who who make mistakes probably at a very similar spot on the track. Freddie Murley leads the way. With the Ferrari parade right behind him, led by Stuart Parsons. Lots of good battles throughout the pack. I'm hoping not to miss them, but I make no promises. I don't like going to the auto director this early because the auto director glitches out on replays, and I want to, watch the replays. Gary Patton making a move there on El Perry, or not El Perry, pardon me, Isaac Jordan. Cedric Muir might be in the wall somewhere. Let's see if we can get a quick 30-second replay here of him. Nope. What? Cedric Muir, what happened to you, my friend? There he is in the Porsche, heading into the uphill section at the cutting, and he just loses the back end. Ends up in the wall. Unfortunate. Milestone overtaking Fabio Varro for 5th place. And we can get a replay of that real quick. 15-second replay, please. For the Raptor virtual racing car. And it looks like Varro just got a little bit out of shape coming out of the dipper. And the Bentley just goes through on a fairly easy overtake. Freddie Murley leads the way. Fastest lap of the race, 2:02.787 for him. Parsons still in 2nd place, and they are slowly getting away from Mickey Taylor back in 3rd, and also Gamble and Stone have the issue that while they are 4th and 5th right now, they have penalties to serve at their pit stops. If I'm correct, he was a lot of the wall yesterday during the endurance race. Thank you, Kurt Peters. I imagine we'll see a couple of cars in the wall here today. This is guaranteed guaranteed fun, shall we say. Professional hater trying to make his way through the field after starting from the pit lane, overtaking Mark Rosser there in Murray Corner. And if I'm not mistaken, is it just me or does Professional hater look like he has a slightly damaged front end? Yeah, that's a hanging open. That's a hanging open bonnet, and that could be a problem for him at the pit stop. Let's see, who's our big winner here today so far? Your big climber up 8 spots from his starting position. I'm not going to give Samuel Jardine credit for this. He's up to 16th place, but he didn't post a lap time. That doesn't count. He started at the back by default. Same with Trevor Boris, who's up, or Thomas Boris, who's up 6 spots. I'm going to say the actual hard charger right now is a tie between Adam Stewart, who's up 4 spots to 15, and no, that's it. Professional hater starting to win, so it doesn't count. All right. Close battle here between Ambrozosa and Volkel for 7th place. Porsche v Ferrari, a classic rivalry. The 913 of Volkel, the 321 of Ambrozosa. And Ambrozosa goes down the inside of everyone's favorite overtaking opportunity, Murray Corner, for 7th place. Kevin Shepard in close proximity as well in the number 41 Ferrari. Adam Stewart dropping back. Pretty sure why. The car looks undamaged. So if he did have contact, it was not especially violent. Matthew East is in the pit lane. And Ambrozosa did get past Volkel, but Volkel got it back. Looks like he can outdraw the Ferrari on the mountain straight. I'm not suggesting that's a Porsche v Ferrari fact there. That's just more of perhaps a setup deal. Ambrazosa maybe running a little bit more downforce to make him a little bit quicker through the twisted bits of the track, rather than prepping for the Conrod and the Mountain Straight, which perhaps has been Titus Vogel's focus coming into today. It's Matthias Wiedemann going very slowly, so he's falling off the first lap already, or the lead lap already. Adam Stewart made contact with Jardine, I think. Thank you, Georgie Ward. They were close to each other, so could indeed be the case, but it looks like both cars have continued on without too much issue. Into the chase. Also, I think with the log, I can probably race control. You are correct. There was contact between Adam Stewart and Samuel Jardine. Finley Gamble dropping back through the order, but that is because he is in the pit lane. And it looks like he's got a little bit of damage here. That front end does look a little bit like it's had a brief kiss with the wall. So that could explain the early pit stop. Also has a penalty to serve in the pits, so that will he will probably plummet quite a ways. But this is not a bad idea if you have a penalty early, because you can come out hopefully in relatively clean air and get the job done, particularly if you're carrying a little bit of damage. Also, the pits is Wiedemann for what I think is probably obvious reasons. We've seen him in the wall, I think, at least twice. Quite violently so. Fabio Varro on the tail of Miles Stone here, battle for 4th place. Admittedly, Stone probably not battling with Varro overall. He does have a 10-second penalty to serve at his pit stop. So I suspect, assuming, and that's assuming a lot because this is Bathurst, that Varro has a relatively clean race. Should factor into things a little bit ahead of Miles Stone, but we'll see. Also a penalty to serve Adam Stewart and Professional Hater. Meanwhile, at the front, there is a gap growing. It is about 3 seconds now from Murley to Parsons. Kerry Pattenden has had maybe a moment. He's dropped 2 spots in the space of like a couple of corners. He just got the chase wrong. And Perry and Shepard and Perry will make their way through for the time being. Not sure what happened to Shepard. He's fallen back a little bit from the fight between Vogel and Ambrazosa. Still in a solid 8th place, but does feel like he maybe made a slight mistake at some point. And also hunting patented is Isaac Jordan. A couple of pit stops. Idris Cahill, Professional Hater, and Adam Stewart in the pit lane. Stewart and Hater have penalties to serve, so they will drop down quite a bit here. Ambrazosa still putting the pressure on Vogel. Ambrazosa had a phenomenal race at Monza the other week, coming home with a podium in a race that it didn't really look like he was in for a podium at all, and he still pulled it off. So great drive by Nelson Ambrazosa, and we'll see if we can do the same thing here today, because I mean this is another track where there's probably going to be a little bit of chaos, and just being a smooth driver in the 321 Ferrari might pay big for the man who is currently 4th in the championship. Kerry Pattenden on the tail of Valperi. Just a quick note here. I will generally assume a driver is bail unless I am told otherwise. because it's really, really, really hard. I've tried in the past as a commentator to use like just entirely non-gendered terminology, and it's really hard. So if there is someone I should take note of, please let me know. Gary Patton looking down the inside of El Perry to no resolve at the moment. They continue to run 9th and 10th. Also, Mickey Taylor might have made a mistake. He's fallen from 3rd place to 5th. And well, there he. Okay, he's the gray Ferrari. Doesn't look like there's any damage to the car. Maybe just a slight touch with the wall. And Sean Young, the Iron Championship leader, is in the pit lane. In the number 230 car. A lot of early pit stops. Makes sense, it's Bathurst. There will be contact with the walls. There will be damage. And honestly, the car doesn't handle this track very well if it does have damage. Ambrazosa in the background going forward against Tadej Volkel in the Ferrari v Porsche battle. And it indeed will be Ambrazosa. Volkel is falling quite a bit back here. Hang on. I would like a replay of that. Ah, he went wide. He went wide. He went off at McKinley Park. Okay. I see. Was there any contact reported? There was apparently light contact between Ambrazosa and Volkel. It is on the record in the race control. But I didn't see anything that made me think that it was particularly egregious. But we'll see. It doesn't matter what I think. It matters what the stewards think. Into the pits goes Fabio Varro, 4th place. Mickey Taylor will pick up that spot for now. And Brazosa in the background, as well as Kevin Shepard. Also in the pit lane is Stuart Parsons, actually, so that's going to be a lot of promotions. Murley leads from Stone, Taylor, Ambrazosa, Shepard, Volkel, Perry, Patented, Jordan, and LaRue, who is the leading non-silver car there. The bronze driver in 10th place in the 416 Honda. We've not really seen his rise to prominence, and to be clear, that's usually a good thing at Bathurst. Normally, at Bathurst, you kind of actually want to be Mr. Invisible, or Mrs. Invisible, or Miss Invisible around the track. Closest battle on the track right now is El Perry versus Gary Patton for 7th place. This is a battle of Ferrari, or McLaren v Lamborghini, pardon me. Ambrazosa's falling back. I wonder what the deal with that was. I'm thinking, yeah, he got in the wall. He got in the wall. I'll give Adrian Marut a little bit of love here as he runs in 10th place. Nubs Racing Organization, very big on the Rebel Alliance. And the battle with Robert Volt continues. That is for the bronze lead. Volt leading the championship. Marut in 4th place. Pit stop for Isaac Jordan. Heading down the pit lane. Fabio Vero rejoining in the background. Looks like Varro had a bad pit stop. Either that or there was some damage involved. Let's see here. Pit. Yeah, Varro had a 1 minute 58 pit stop. A good pit stop is like 40 seconds stationary. Varro was stationary for almost 2 minutes, so something went wrong there for Fabio Varro. Whether it was a damage repair or some kind of key binding issue or not getting a good feel for where to stop for the pit stop, I don't know. These are all options. But whatever it was, it is not boded well for the number 25 McLaren, which was looking for a top 5 here today. Not sure if that's going to be on the table with that kind of pit stop. But we'll see. Drive-through penalty for Isaac Jordan. That'd probably be for speeding in the pit lane. And the number 404 car is in trouble with the stewards. Freddie Murley continues to lead by about 21 seconds over Miles Stone. Stone is not the rival, of course. Stone has a penalty on the pit stop there, and really the rivalry is going to be with the likes of Stuart Parsons, Finley Gamble, when this is all sorted out. Although Parsons and Gamble appear to have had bad pit stops, so that could be a problem. Could see Murley run away with this one. Oof. And Brazosa making the move into quarry. The Ferrari is once again ahead of the Porsche here for the battle for 5th place on track. El Perry getting some excellent front row seats to this battle. That's where I'd want to be, honestly. If I could swap places with any driver right now, it would be El Perry. You're getting a phenomenal battle here, and you yourself are keeping your nose clean. Down the hill once again. Can Ambrozosa stay out of the wall this time? Looks like. Through the dipper and into the forest elbow. Freddie Murley continues to lead. Your leader in the bronze category is Adrian Marood. And in the iron category, it is the ever-dominant and consistent Sean Young. About half the field has done their pit stops. I saw somebody off there at the chase. I think that was Kerry Patton getting it a little bit wrong. What is the gap between the highest pit stop car and almost 2 minutes? What is a pit stop time here? Yeah, as it stands, he'd come out pretty far ahead. So Freddie Murley in the BMW is definitely making a case that this is going to be a pretty dominant day for the 4-6-9 team. We'll see. There's a pit stop still to go, and it's Bathurst. It will bite the best of us. But things are, as they stand, looking very BMW Pro right now. Taylor on the attack against Miles Stone. Ahead of them, that is the BMW of... It's not Murley. No. I think it might be Matthew East. Or Sean Young. It's Sean Young. That's how consistent and just kind of like get on with your business Sean Young is. He's winning the championship in the iron category, and I did not instantaneously know what Liberals is. Like that is a sign. That is a sign. Kevin Shepard in the pits. As the blue flag comes out for Sean Young. I have been talking about blue flag behavior over in the ESR stewarding department for like the last 2 rounds of their multi-class series, so don't get me started on blue flags, but that was pretty good. That was pretty solid. It's opened up a little bit of gap though, just some bad timing. L. Perry running in 6th place. Trying to track down Tatis Volkman, who is fallen back from Ambrazosa. And Kerry Patton has fallen really off of these guys. Perry putting the pressure on in a very, very scary part of the track to have pressure on. This downhill section, it will cause some heart palpitations if somebody is looking to is giving you the impression that they want to get past you on the downhill section. I will say that much. That is nerve-wracking. Chris Stancer in the pit lane, as well as Isaac Jordan. That'll be to serve his drive-through penalty. Kevin Shepard coming out in good position there. Be interested to see what the time on that was. Shepard. Kevin Shepard. Minute 2 pit stop. Wow. Impressive. Very sharp pit stopping work from the Ashcroft Ferrari boys. Shepard comes out in 13th place with a chance of probably getting up onto a podium with that kind of performance. Mickey Taylor in the pit lane. We'll see if the 194 Ferrari crew can do similar magic to the Ashcroft team. And get Taylor, who has a legit chance at a podium here today, out in a place to fight for. Chat, what are you feeling? Is there anybody who can take the fight here today to Freddie Murley, or is this kind of shaping up to be a bit of a romp, a bit of a Max Verstappen win, or a 1992 Williams win? Perry running in 5th place. Still putting the pressure on. L. Perry's had a bit of a struggling season, I think. So, this would be a good result. Yeah, Perry 0 points up until this point. Nothing at Imola or Monza. So, a very unfruitful trip to the Italian peninsula. To the boot of the 988 McLaren. Samuel Jardine on camera for the first time in a bit in the Lexus. That's Lucas Gies up ahead. Battle for 9th place between 2 cars that did not have a good time in qualifying. Gies got a lap time in, but it put him towards the back. And Jardine was unable to get a lap time in, period. And as a result is kind of battling further back here is Ambrose, Zosa, and Volkl in the pit lane. Lucas Geese into the pit lane. Where'd Taylor come out? Taylor came out about a second and a half ahead of Kevin Shepherd, so good work by the number 194 crew to get their man out in a good position here. Actually, dead even! What the heck is this? So Taylor and Shepherd both stationary both had a 1-minute 2 pit stop, and both had 34 seconds of stationary time. What is this voodoo magic? Dead matching pit stops for the Ferrari boys. All right. Still waiting for a couple of pit stops to happen here. The top 8 have yet to pit, as well as Reiser, who's had a bad day. Freddie Murley leads. Milestone in second, carrying a 10-second penalty. That 10-second penalty would wouldn't cost him position. He should still come out ahead of El Perry, actually, assuming that the pit stops are equivalent. Perry in third, Patton in fourth, Marood, Volt, Jardine, and Muir are going deep here. Pick up Robert Volt. That is Fabio Varro behind him, which is a lapped car who's done a pit stop. And ahead is, of course, Marood, the battle for the bronze lead here. And ahead of them, that is Matthew East, I think. Falling down a lap. And indeed, I am correct on the matter. A lot of pit stops. Perry in the pits, Jardine in the pits, Patton in the pits, and Muir in the pits. So only 4 drivers. 5 if you count Reiser, who's kind of in a world of his own. Let's check in with Reiser, actually. What is going on here with Reiser? Recovered from an accident here. I'd be in the pits this lap if I were Reiser. It's gone badly for the Lamborghini driver. And race leader Freddie Murley is in. So let's look at the map here. So the 474 of Milestone, which is at the chase right now, will take the lead, assuming that he does not pit. There's just not really a way that you get out ahead of him. But the real interesting equation would be, where is the 194 car? Oh boy, it's back up on the mountain. Yeah, this is not gonna be close. This is not gonna be close. Stone is also in. So the race lead might go to bronze driver Adrian Marood in the Honda, who is just rounding Murray Corner right now. Murley is rolling and will come out still in the lead. So Freddie Murley doing a good job there, as well as the BMW pit crew. And there is Marood and Robert Volt, who have yet to pit. And Fabio Varro also there. Adam Stewart rejoining the race from what appears to be a second pit stop. Not sure what's up with that. Where is he right now? 25th place. All right, so Adam Stewart has had a bad day. is last, barring Matthew East at the moment. Miles Stone will rejoin at the very least behind Shepard and Taylor. Yep. So probably that'll be a net 4th place. For the Bentley. Where's Parsons? Stuart Parsons, the championship leader. Where are you? 11th place. Okay. So less than ideal. He's behind Gamble, Perry, Ambrozosa, Volkel, Stone, Shepard, and Taylor. So this would be a net 9th place when it all shakes out. That is not a good result for the championship leader. Especially given that he started on the front row with Freddie Murley. A big chance to extend his championship lead, not be in damage control here today. So that is the case. As Marud makes the pit stop, and that means your winner of the Max Simmons Award for not pitting when it is advisable to do so is Robert Bolts. Not saying that there's a problem with it, but in this case it's fine. But it's the Max Simmons Award comes about from a guy who refused to pit even when it was actually a good idea. He would run until as late as he could into a pit window pretty much every single time, even when it had no value to him. But Robert Bolt, you are the winner of the Max Simmons Award here today, and you are running in 2nd place, although that, of course, will not remain. The Bronze Championship leader is just looking to take a win here today in the bronze category. Probably finish back into the top 10. Think about it. Samuel Jardine to the pits, Idris Cahill in the pits, so a couple of double pit stoppers in progress. Iron leader Sean Young, who's on his way to a 3rd consecutive victory, is in close proximity to Kerry Pattenden, but I do not believe he's going to make an issue of that. Pattenden should skate away. Although it does appear to have a little bit of front-end damage. Fastest lap of the race, watch. The only person in the 202s is Freddie Murley. 202.777 is the fastest lap of the race. The fastest lap for the bronze category appears to be Robert Bolt's 205.242. I am correct on that. And in the iron category, it is Professional Haters 204.325. See if that changes. Robert Volt, by the way, still yet to pit. Still charging on. About 10 seconds off the lead. There's Samuel Jardine rejoining from his 2nd pit stop in the Lexus. Not really a lot of good battles going on right now. Parsons and Gamble are in close proximity to each other, but if they're smart, they probably won't squabble too much. They're both kind of out of position, it feels. And Finley Gamble is also blinking out of existence. So there may be a little bit of the Invisible Man syndrome going on here today. What I was getting at is these two Ferraris might want to sort of have a private agreement to try to race themselves forward rather than getting the gloves out and duking it out for what is going to be 9th place once Robert Volt pits. Actually, may not, even because they're behind El Perry and they're behind Maru. So I think there's actually a pretty decent chance that Robert Volt probably can get out ahead of these guys. And they are, in fact, only battling for 10th place. As championship contenders, it should be said. As the guys leading Ferrari forward, although, honestly, the Ferrari driver lineup is really solid with Mickey Taylor, Kevin Shepard, these two guys, Nelson Ambrazosa as well. Not so well represented in the silver or in the bronze or iron category, though, with just Lupez and Idris Cahill. Here we go. Lucas Geese getting the best seat in the house in the Honda. Just to watch this fantastic battle. Just behind him, it is Cedric Mir. Geese is turning in a pretty decent effort here after a really unimpressive qualifying. Geese is running in 12th place and dragging a pretty good result out of that Honda. Although, to be clear, he is behind the bronze-driven Honda of Adrian Maru, so he's probably not loving that aspect of this. Parsons looks to the inside, but does not go for it. Third corner. Cedric Mir overtaking Geese. Looks like Geese just doesn't really have the ability to fight that Porsche on the straights, and is kind of reliant on the mountain section to be the difference maker. Side-by-side action between, I'm clicking on the wrong drivers, Gamble and Parsons. And I kind of want to see. Let's get a little replay here. It looked like they were getting very heated there. Parsons has come out the worst of it. Ooh, yeah. Finley Gamble just not letting that be a thing. Just rejects the advances of Parsons, who is not happy. There is some flashing of headlights. And I'm going to be honest. I'm not a big flashy headlight guy. I think it's a little bit silly. But in this case, I think Parsons probably has a little bit of a right to be a little perturbed. I'm not saying penalty. I'm not saying any stewarding action whatsoever. But Gamble did give him a little bit of a rough shoulder there. Freddie Murley continues to lead the race. Looking for a race victory here today. Murley has not won this season. Did take second place at Imola and had a bit of a race to forget at Monza, working out the POD system here for a second here, a 6th place finish. So a 2nd and a 6th on the books, and looking for a race win here today. Running behind Pattenden and Geese here, who are battling it out for... Pardon me, that's Isaac Jordan. No, that's Luez. I'm very wrong. That's Pattenden lapping Luez while being lapped by Freddie Murley. That's the situation that we're in. And Luez gets out of the way on the Conrad. Pattenden does not extend that courtesy to Murley, really. I wouldn't say that he's being naughty under blue flags, but that probably could have been just a little bit more considerate. Robert Volt, by the way, still has not pitted and is running not amazing lap times. I think at this point you are actually getting the Max Simmons Award here, sir. You're running 208s, and you need to be doing more than that. Your rival Adrian Maru is running 206s. So if I were Volt, I would either figure out what's going wrong. That's option one. Or Or Pitt. Alright, okay. 2:06 that time around. That's better. That's better. It's like he just maybe had a moment on the prior lap. Rather than it being indicative of a more serious problem. As it stands, he is coming up behind Marud, most likely. Coming out probably behind El Perry. We'll see. He can pull a really good pit stop. D6 cars still running, and you'll notice I haven't gone to a battle because we don't really have one right now. The closest together, the smallest gap in the field is 1.3 seconds. So not really kicking off at the moment. So we'll check in on Parsons, the championship leader. Robert Volt should drop into this bunch here once he gets done with his pit stop. The Marud, Perry, Gamble, Parsons, Muir area of the field. Wonder how much the houses on near Bathurst track go for. Probably a lot. Probably a lot. Oh. El Perry? What are you doing? El Perry just kind of... I'm gonna guess a hardware failure, actually, because that car just kind of slammed into a wall. And I don't have an explanation. That and the teleportation to pit lane is well, it's a bit weird. So we'll see if Perry can continue. That to me reads as a wheel or pedal or computer failure. Most likely wheel or pedal. Parsons right up on the bump of Finley Gamble as they battle over 9th place. Possibly 8th when it's all said and done. So I don't... What's their gap to Volt? And as it stands, I do think Volt will come out behind these guys, but the question is, yeah, I kind of think it's definitive, because even as they're battling, they're putting up better lap times than him by a fair amount. So the gap is closing, and the gap is questionable. But of course, they are bumper to bumper, so we could see something here. We'll see. Cedric Muir is right on the back of them as well, doing some great lap times right now in the number 68 Porsche. Parsons probably had to be thinking that a podium was probably the minimum he would accept today. And to be battling for 9th place is, well, it's not great. I guess he can take solace in the fact that Finley Gamble is back here as well. And Gamble is a championship rival, but Freddie Murley should come out with a championship lead by a fair amount today. On pace for 20 points. Hang on, let me quickly recreate the point system here so I can kind of visualize what's going on here. So, Gamble would be coming home, or Parsons would currently be coming home in 8th place. That is 4 points, which would put him on 37. Yeah, and it would put Murley on 45. So Murley would, by a pretty solid margin, take the lead. With the bonus points for pole and fastest lap as well. Chris Stancer is down the pit lane as well. Oh boy! Parsons and Gamble have contact and they go off. I want to see this from the interior view. So Parsons looking down the inside. This is a bit of a lunge. Yeah, it's a bit of a torpedo. It's a bit of a torpedo. That was some impatient moment there. Also, Parsons kind of maybe being summoned by his home planet. Gamble resumes. They both lose out to Cedric Muir. So Gamble looks like he's cramping a little bit. That car looks like it's maybe a little bit of a handful. Let's go on board. Don't have anything to compare it to is the problem. We haven't been on board with Gamble. It's not undrivable, but you can see that there is a traction issue towards, I think, the rear of the car. The rear wants to do some things that Gamble does not want to be done. Question is it bad enough with 10 minutes to go, probably about 5 laps, probably 6 laps? Is it bad enough to go for a pit stop? Can it be fixed? Is it worth the time investment? I don't know. Jordan, I think, was in the wall there. Just noticed that Young was very, very close to somebody popped in. I think that was a case of Jordan being in the wall. L. Perry's still in the pit lane. And I see L. Perry is in the lobby. L. Perry, if you would like to speak, please raise thy hand. I see that your car is in the pit lane, and we suspect technical difficulties. Joining me on commentary is L. Sean L. Perry. L, what happened?
Hey.
Oh, I can't hear you. This could be a problem on my end. Give me a second to check my equalizer. Testing, L, can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you.
There we go. Okay, you're just kind of like a little bit low. I had to turn the equalizer for Discord way up. Alright, L. Perry, what happened?
Well, Mount Doom, this is it. Road to Sauron himself. On top of there, I got a contrast steering and right into the wall.
Right into the wall. So hardware failure, you thinking?
No. Just in game.
Just in game. Okay.
That was on what's the term? One moment.
Well, that is unfortunate. You were looking for your first points of the season in a solid top 10.
Yeah. Turn 7, 8. That's where I hit up.
Yeah, we saw it. It looked a bit weird. That's why I thought it was maybe a hardware issue, because you just kind of inexplicably, honestly, ended up in the wall.
It's the wall. Well, it was. I had a mid-air And when I get back to the track, it was in the wrong direction. I just had nothing to do. Couldn't do anything.
Rough times. Are you gonna try and rejoin the race?
No, I'm too
Okay.
tired right now. This is
Tired.
I retired.
All right. Well, 3 rounds,
That's
0
solid.
points for you. It's gonna be a hard road home.
Well, I got no hope. I lost it at the previous track in Monza. I was hit in the rear 2 times. So I had practically zero suspension in the rear. But I managed to get some going despite the damage at 24 seconds or something.
Oh boy. I've had more.
Yeah, me too. But that was I fell just behind. There's nothing you can do.
Looks like Robert Volt, after much speculation that he went too long, is going to rejoin in first place for the bronze category. Oh, nope, never mind. Never mind. Marudi's going to overtake him at Hell's Corner, so Marud moves back into first place. Volt falls into second place in the bronze, and he'll rejoin this race between Cedric Muir and probably the last place you want to be, which is in front of Stuart Parsons, because Parsons, in my personal estimation, is driving a little bit with the red flag down. A little bit of the rage. A little bit of the rage.
He's the season leader, isn't he?
He is the championship leader, but him and Finley Gamble had a pretty hard contact that, in this commentator's opinion, was very unnecessary. And they had an earlier contact that I probably put more on Gamble, so yeah, I do think Parsons is maybe a little on tilt as he's chasing down Robert Volt.
What
And Volt
number
just
is
lets him
he?
through, so that's oh, Cedric Muir with the spin on the downhill section, sideways on the track, and he will drop quite a bit off of that. He was in 8th place. All right, well, L, go have yourself a nap.
Yeah.
And get ready for the next round.
Thank you.
Well, we might have a boring race up front with Freddie Merley leading by 46. Oh, Nelson Ambrose. What's going on here? Fuel miscalculation for Ambrozosa? No! Okay, that's some front end damage. So that has been a headbutt at some point. With the wall. Gets the car fixed up. And unfortunately, that's going to drop him out of the top 10, though. Easily. I mean, it's hard to say because he's got damage to repair, and I don't know how long it's going to take, but he'll probably rejoin ahead of Lucas Gies in 11th place, I think. I mean, Gies is coming up on him, though. Well, okay, never mind. Gies is definitely going to get him. Gies himself has some front-end damage there. You can see the gap between the bonnet and the body of the car. He is, instead of getting it fixed, electing to just try to maximize what he can get here. Which, to be clear, depending on how it's driving, is a totally fine situation. Because you can see, I mean, Ambrahosa, who is looking at a top 6 finish here today, is dropping back quite a bit. Also, the pit lane is Sean Young. I don't see any damage. Could already be fixed. Could be a fuel error as well. Professional Hater has taken the lead as a result of that 992 Aston Martin. So the iron category may finally produce a win for Hayter, who has been pretty dominant in terms of one-lap pace. But has not really turned it into the results that pace probably warrants. And Murley is probably completing his penultimate lap here. As he works his way down the hill again. He'll definitely cross the start-finish line with time on the clock, but probably not a full lap. Which means next lap will probably be his last. Not a lot of battles going on. Parsons is very close to Adrian Marood. If I was Marood, probably just honestly get out of the way. Adam Stewart getting lapped there in the Lambo. Again, don't let this be like an indictment of the character of Parsons. But today we have seen some sloppy driving from the 401 car.
Leaders on final lap now.
Yep, final lap is out there. That camera angle, it does some things. We'll just say, loosens up the bowels. Fabio Varro putting the pressure on for 12th place against the damaged car of Kerry Pattinen. And he'll pick it up here at the start of the last lap. Still probably not what Varro was thinking about when he started it today. Obviously started this race at P5. Looked like he had the pace. Looked like he had the racecraft to turn it into a top 5 day. Instead, it's looking like it's going to be a 12th place finish. Yeah, looking at the gap to Lucas Gies. Gies' car is also damaged, but unlikely to get picked off here. Parsons does pick up a spot over Robert Volt. And, oh no, over Marood. Hang on, Marood dropped back. Hang on. Adrian Marood, what happened? Okay. Gave Robert Volt a bit of a shove. A little side-by-side action there. In the chase. Pattinen is electing to pit. That's a weird choice. You got one lap left. I don't understand the point of that.
Finished the race.
Freddie Murley, a dominant display here today, will take home a full 20 points for his efforts here on this occasion, taking his first win of the season. Second place is going to be Mickey Taylor, by the looks of it, making his way down the Conrad to the chase. Pretty far back, honestly, but second place is second place, and they do not ask if you were 1 second behind or 100 seconds behind. It is still going to be that kind of day. And a quality result for Taylor. He takes home 16 points as a result of that result. 0 points at Monza, so this is a big relief. Rounding off the podium is, I believe, the debuting Kevin Shepherd. I don't remember seeing that name before. Let me see. Is he on my my little worksheet here? No, he's not. So please excuse some clickety-clackety as I add Shepherd to the championship spreadsheet that I reference during the race for mathematical computations. Milestone 4th place in the Bentley, followed by Tadis Volkel. Solid results for both of them. They are kind of just outside the pale championship contenders, realistically speaking. And then after that is going to be the championship leader, Stuart Parsons, coming home in 6th place and getting himself 8 championship points. After that, it's going to be Cedric Muir taking 7th despite a late spin. Still ended up in 9th place. Impressive work. Finley Gamble also in the points, as well as Lucas Gies and Isaac Jordan. Those are the first points of the season for Lucas Gies, so congratulations to him. That means that the silver standings are, by my math, as follows. Freddie Murley leading with 44 points. 41 for Parsons, Volkel on 34, Miles Stone on 31, and Mickey Taylor on 26. In the bronze category, it is going to be a win for Adrian Marood today, his first of the season. I don't know if he got fastest lap, but he does have a win from pole, and a 2nd place for Robert Volt, who will probably, still will retain the championship lead. In the iron category, Sean Young finishes... Where is Sean Young? Okay, Sean Young does finish 2nd. It's just he's disappeared here, right? Oh, maybe not. Hang on. Maybe this is a case where the game knows better. Yeah, Young ends up in 3rd. All right. That's a big event there. That gives the iron victory to Professional Hater. And maybe the championship lead? Maybe? No. It will still be Sean Young in 1st place. All right, congratulations to him. And a solid 2nd for Lou Wes. Maybe Lou Wes could be a 3rd party to this championship. Maybe. We'll find out in the long run. All right, well, on that note, we're going to go to the showroom and show off a car while I see if anybody wants to talk to you fine people here in the Discord. All right, let's queue up the showroom. I saw we have the Nissan girl herself in the chat, so it would be remiss of me not to give this little baby up here in the background. There you go. The ESR OTL Nissan Gismo, which we ran in the which I ran with RC Gingerbach and Jeff Wentworth in the 6 hours of Nürburgring a couple years ago. So that's where that livery is from. All right. Turning it over to the Discord here. Do I have any requests to speak? If you would like to speak to the audience, please raise your hand. Oh, I see. Do I have? I do not. There we are. Freddie Murley. Freddie Murley, you had a dominant day in the BMW here today, coming out in 1st place by a long shot. Fastest lap, pole position, the full 20 points. How do you feel?
I'm feeling great. The practice paid off. I spent a lot of hours the last week, so yeah, it was just a excellent run, to be honest. One mistake, I think, or else it was just perfect.
Well, if there was a mistake, we didn't catch it on broadcast, so it does not live in infamy.
I should not have said anything then.
Well, no. Now you get to look like the humble, overcritical driver.
Yeah, exactly. No, but yeah, super stoked. So yeah, my first P1. So yeah.
Excellent. I do believe, don't quote me on this, but I've been doing the quick math. I do believe that gives you a 3-point championship lead over Stuart Parsons heading into next week. So there you go.
That's very nice.
And you, at the moment, have the same drop scores. So
yeah, my Monza last week was I struggled in the rain, so it was a good feeling to do this after that.
I mean, he says he struggled. He still comes home in like 6th place. Like, I mean, I don't know. I don't know about you, dudes, but that to me is
I
not.
felt like I struggled a lot, at least.
See, now you're really pulling off the overcritical of your performance driving right there.
Yeah.
The gimmick
yeah.
is complete.
Super stoked. So yeah,
Was it a new livery today? I didn't.
it was. Yeah.
Okay. I thought so. I was like, I don't recognize that livery, but it looks quite good.
Adam Stewart is the maker and did a great job. So shout out to him.
Indeed. I think the only critique I had is I wasn't crazy about the blue the blue underside there. That was a little bit weird, but it was quite nice.
Yeah. Fair
Now I
enough.
do have to ask, the livery had like Monza on it. Was that not supposed to be the Monza livery as opposed to the Bathurst livery?
It's it's Mosa. The
Oh,
equipment.
okay.
Yeah.
All right. Well, do you have anything else you would like to tell us about the race?
No, I'm good to be honest. I was alone and did great. So should shout out to me.
All right. Well, let's see if anybody else pops in. I'll give them a couple of minutes here, and then we'll call it an evening. I need a nap. I'm tired.
Yeah. Yeah, as well. So yeah, cheers.
All right. That was Freddie Murley, the winner here today at Bathurst for the silver category and overall. Dominant display, winning by, I think, something like 40 plus seconds at the end of the race. So
55.
55. There you go. 55 seconds when it came down to at the end there over Mickey Taylor. And a pretty dominant display and the new championship leader. And what is looking like actually a really competitive silver championship, which is weird because of the three races we've done this season, Imola and Bathurst had very definitive winners. It's just they weren't the same people. And as a result, we do actually have a competitive battle.
I think Parsons hit the wall on lap 3 or 4, maybe. Because he had to pit pretty early, so that's, yeah.
Oh, I mean, if you watch the broadcast back, you're going to see some things. Parsons was a star of the race and not for entirely good reasons. I'll say that much.
That's fair. Yeah. Thank you. Bye.
All right. Well, we'll see if anybody else pops their head in. At the moment, there's nothing else. I do have a David Schouten in the chat, but he's been here the entire time, which leads me to believe he's not a driver and has not risen, not put up his hand to speak. So that looks like about it. So yeah, fantastic battle going on in the silver championship here. You've got a 13-point gap covering 4 drivers: Freddie Murley, Stuart Parsons, Tadej Volkel, and Miles Stone. So that's quite good. Theoretically, there are 5 different drivers heading into next round that could theoretically be leading the championship. Those 4 plus even Mickey Taylor, who's been a little bit hit and miss, but still. And not a good day for Nelson Ambrazosa, who's 0 points here today. Drop him to 6th in the. Actually, that should be 7th in the standings because Finley Gamble has a best result. And as a result on countback, they are even on points, but Gamble would have the win on countback, I'd imagine, there. And of course, we do have also Kevin Shepherd, who took a podium today in his debut, and may be a factor here, depending on how full time the entry is going to be for the Ashcroft Racing Ferrari. So I hope it'll be quite promising. Anyways, there is nobody else looking for an interview right now. So everybody have a good night. I hope you enjoyed the race. Afternoon, night, whatever it happens to be, whatever appropriate time it is for you. I hope you have a good one. And we'll be back next week.